may be outnumbered by home fans, but those cheering on the Philippines are making their presence felt. Ahead of the game, they put on a show.
We're going to bring in the festivity and the joyfulness of the Filipinos into the stadium.
That's Billy Karani Searle, a Filipino who lives in Wellington.
We're talking about, including the ones arriving from the Philippines, nearly 1,000 people is going to be there. We will be shouting Laban Filipinas, which is like, go for it, Philippines.
Just this morning, she'd met Luke Trasporto, who's travelled from the Philippines to follow the World Cup.
For a country that's not much into football to qualify for the World Cup for the first time, even making small steps forward. For some, it may be just like, oh, we're just going to make a debut, but in reality, it's like a long story of sacrifices, of hard work, and just pure passion to like continue on playing the sport that you love, regardless if there's support or not. So we're here now with that story, and it will definitely inspire the next generations of Filipinas, Filipino football players, men and women.
New Zealand couldn't have started the tournament better than the win over Norway, but the Philippines lost their opening match to Switzerland.
Yeah, we are confident, but it's going to be pretty close. First of all, congratulations to New Zealand for winning that first ever World Cup match. So huge achievement for the country. So happy for that. But tonight, I'm going to support the Philippines all out, but all the best to both teams.
Lester Castillo, another Filipino living in New Zealand, has similar thoughts.
Even though I live in New Zealand, I was rooting for New Zealand last time, but this time around I'm rooting for the Philippines.
So overall, you want New Zealand to do well, but just not tonight?
Not tonight, please.
Locals like Tracy Gardner are basking in the glow of co-hosting the Cup.
The exposure to New Zealand as a whole, and also that it shines light on women's sport. And it's just a fantastic opportunity. I don't think New Zealanders realised how big this was.
She's not going tonight, but has tickets to the pivotal New Zealand clash with Switzerland on Sunday.
I think it's really great to see New Zealanders getting behind it, sell-out games, and it's fantastic.
Anand will be travelling on the Inter-Islander ferry during the match, but says he still plans to watch.
Do you follow football?
Not very closely, but because the Football Ferns are playing tonight, that's why I was very keen, and I know it's a sellout crowd, so I was looking forward to it. But I'm certainly going to be watching it on the telly on the ferry, perhaps, or maybe later.
Chris Gall and her son Lockie are off to the stadium tonight to celebrate his 13th birthday. Lockie, a goalkeeper or forward when he plays, earlier managed to sneak some match practice in.
It's a good place to come to, and from Nelson it's the easiest and quickest place to come to, so I think there'll be a good crowd tonight.
The O'Connor family comes from Spokane, Washington, but is firmly behind the Philippines.
So who do you support for that?
Show 'em.
The Philippines.
We have a family friend who plays for the Philippines.
Oh, who's that?
That is
Carly Phillips.
Number 15. So we're traveling around following the Philippines team and a little American.
We'll see the Dutch-US game too.
April Hundle from Austin, Texas, says she was a bit worried that the US didn't steamroll Vietnam in their first game, but she's confident they'll pull through.
It's getting bigger and bigger every year. I think it's grown tremendously since the last World Cup, and the ladies are pushing equality, and we're all jumping behind it.
Just like the people of Wellington ahead of today's match.